In my quest to leave a mark on the culture and make hip hop proud, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of The Essence, presented by TED TV and Validated Magazine. Today, I have an artist with an almost 30-year career in hip hop, and in my opinion, some of your favorite rappers' rapper. He's purely one of the most elite lyricists in the game. He's collaborated with a plethora of who's who in the game, from DJ Premier to Hove to 50 to Buster, Jada Kiss, Static Selector, The Alchemist. The list can go on and on and on, man. He comes from an era in hip hop where if you couldn't rap, you wasn't even really allowed to touch a microphone. Him and his partner Low Fame have some of the best hardcore hip hop songs and ad libs, because I'm an ad lib guy, that the game has ever seen. He hails from the old Brownsville, Brooklyn, the old Brooklyn, from the world's famous firing squad, the First Family, the Mash Out Posse, better known as M.O.P. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Billy Danze to The Essence.
Nice. You made me feel like a superhero, champ. I love the intro.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's start from the beginning, man. Where did you get the MC name Billy Danze from? How did that come about?
You know what? It was kind of a time where everybody was finding these names, right? Like these old mob names. So I just kind of put one together myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I put the Danze together myself, and my father, I used my father's middle name, which is William, and Billy, short for William.
Gotcha.
So I just put it together like that. You know what I mean?
No,
I didn't want to do the Capone, the Gotti, the you know what I'm saying? Well, how many Gottis, how many Capones we got? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you'll never hear another artist with that name.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, definitely.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Growing up in New York, I'm from New York originally myself, from Queens, but I'm out in Cali now. But growing up, what was your earliest memory of hip hop and the culture in general?
Started in Queens. on the north side, because my family is originally from the south side.
Okay.
But my mother was living on the north side.
Okay, gotcha.
And on the north side, you know, in that day there was this, there were the jams. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Either at the park or it wasn't even block parties. It would just be like, everybody, the DJ just throw the system out there.
Right.
And we had one official rap hip hop song or whatever was Sugar Hill Gang. Mm-hmm. And around that time, like I said, it was putting these speakers out and have this whole jam going on. And then one day there was this dude and I've heard a few local rappers or whatever. It wasn't that many, especially not like now, right? I heard a few local rappers rocking or whatever. But there was one dude, man, that was just mesmerizing, yo. He was hopping from speaker to speaker, the big speakers we used to have out there in Vegas and all that.
Big Sir in Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, the dude just kept going, ladies love Cool J in between the rhymes, right? I'm like, damn, what is he doing up there? It was something different. I'm a little kid, you know what I mean? I was mesmerized by that. And that was my first really like draw into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So to see LL do something like that as a kid, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later is when he put out his first record.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and that's my neighborhood. That's why I'm from Hollis, Queens. So I saw that. I saw that from the inception, definitely, man.
Yeah,
so I know how you felt seeing it, definitely.
yeah,
definitely.
I saw him kill it on 112 and Farmers, man.
Nice.
He bodied it, destroyed it, because I lived on 112. My mother lived on 112. My grandmother lived on 113.
Okay, got you.
So
yep.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you at.
Beautiful.
Definitely. So far in your career, man, what's been one of your most memorable moments?
I'm gonna say, so many, but I'm gonna say the very first, thing that happened to me as far as in music was like going into that studio and literally making a song, right? Because we all would like rap and do our little freestyles, but it was never Well, I had never been in the studio in my life until I made my very first song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that I'm gonna say that's one of the most memorable moments, but there were so many. But that one right there is what started it all. You know what I mean?
What song was that? You remember the song?
How About Some Hardcore?
How About Some Hardcore? That was the first one. All right.
Very first time in the studio.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You make an anthem like that. That's a legendary song on your first shot out. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish the song because I had never rapped that way before, like with so much aggression and so much focus. You know what I mean? Because I've always just done it for fun. So, and we literally got to deal with unfinished song.
That's crazy.
So
you
know, I mean, yeah, that's when the record company execs and the A&Rs had passion for.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all hustling and trying to just steal the money, but they still had the passion for the music. Like, you know, there was days when you could see somebody with talent in the train station and someone would help them get a deal. Yep. It's not like that no more. There's no more passion left.
Definitely not. I've heard you talk about hate and violence in hip hop. What do you do to try to personally curb that violence in the community? And what do you think can be done to, first of all, change the mindset of the young cats that's coming up so that we kind of like move forward as a culture and not move backwards?
Well, violence in hip hop is something that never happened. It never happened. There wasn't no violence in hip hop. It was just, you know, street beefs going on. And some of these cats just violence in general.
Right.
What I can do is what I can do. And all I can do is when I have interviews and there's questions like this asked, I can just give my opinion on why we should slow the violence down. And I can talk to, you know, the younger cats one-on-one. But you know, sometimes that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. I think if we go way back, right? Because we're talking about our community, our people, which we can never really grow because everybody's trying to pull each other down. If you go back to Alex Haley's roots, right? And anything we know even before that, when we talk about in the South or wherever the slaves were, right? You hear all these stories about the slaves, but you never hear the slaves actually hurting each other. You don't hear no stories about that, right? Fast forward, come the 60s, 70s, whenever it was, right? Our people got in their head that they want to be better than their neighbors. You know what I mean? So that's when the jealousy kicks in, like you mad at somebody else because what they have. You know what I'm saying? And we all stuck in this community. Another thing that kills me about it is, and I've been saying this for so many years that, and I hope it doesn't happen, but like it seemed like it's been brewing up to be like this kind of this racial war kind of thing, right? Now, if that, God forbid, that happens, you know, the person that you shot last month that was really down, that was really a down ass dude. You know what I'm saying? He was for it. If that happens, that's somebody that you don't have on your side.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we basically dropping each other for whatever small reason, but when push comes to shove, you might need that dude that you had that beef with across town. You know he's a real dude, so he might,
have had your
when
back.
that happens, he might have had your back. You know what I'm saying? So we got to think about that, brother.
Absolutely. I know you from Brownsville, Saratoga Ave, man. You know, I heard you talk, you know, because I did my research and I watched old videos of you being interviewed and stuff like that. And I heard you talk, and I don't want to harp on this much, but I heard you talk about, you know, how the activity you had of shooting guns off the roof of the building, you know, stuff like that when you were a kid. You also said that your junior high school was like Spofford before Spofford was Spofford, man. I want to know, like, when was the first moment that you saw a way out of that and felt to yourself like, damn, I really don't have to be a victim of what's going on in my hood?
It was kind of after. Somebody asked me this the other day. It was like, so when did you figure that out? Was it, you know, when you said that you wanted to do music? It wasn't even that moment. Like it was years after doing music, and then traveling, right? Because as sad as it is, it's the truth. Most of us in our communities, we really don't leave our neighborhoods unless we're on the run, right? That's really the only reason why we leave our neighborhood. So me being able to get on planes and go to other countries, or first just other states and other cities, you know what I'm saying? It changed my mind. It helped me see that there was something different. And then when you outside of something, so once I leave my neighborhood, I go to another neighborhood and see it's the same exact way, but I'm not embedded in that neighborhood. I could blend in, but I'm not embedded.
Right.
So when I walk in, when I come into the neighborhood, I could see it. Like, these people need help here. Same in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We needed help, really mentally. Not that, people are crazy. It's just that where we are mentally, that ceiling of this is what we got to do to survive, and we're going to stay here. And then it's that term, right? Yo, I'm keeping it real. I'm hood. I'm out here on the block. What is it now?
Right.
Oh, we outside.
We outside.
Dude, it's dangerous out there. We're so happy about being out there for.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just going to other places and seeing other things. I had another conversation with a lady at the car dealership the other day, and I was saying how in Switzerland, right? Switzerland is like a really beautiful country, and of course, you can get into it out there.
Yeah.
But they don't know nothing about this kind of violence.
They
don't know nothing about this at all, bro. And I think it'll be great if we could have that here throughout our country. But, you got whatever's going on out in Chicago. You got whatever's going on down in Newark and Atlanta and Texas and all of these places. We don't know how to, it seems like we don't know how to grow and just be men and be proud of just being a man and coming home and taking care of your family. It's like, I want to show everybody else I'm tough. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to figure out how to get out of that mentality, brother, because we only losing. You know what I mean?
True. That's a fact. That's a fact. Man. Your latest project, man, the re-listening session. Dope project. I've been listening to it the last few days, man. Some of my favorite joints off it, just to give you my take. Won't Lose. Another one to Grow On featuring Havoc. The Chief, which is your latest visual that's out right now. And Men of Honor featuring Cormega. On that song, on Men of Honor, you say Magnetic MC's Ultra. You would say I did it for the critics and the vultures. Nah, Miss Deal. I did it for the soldiers and the uncompromised rise of the culture. Now, with that being said, you guys, M.O.P, have always created, heavy street music with a survival element to it. So at the end of the day, when it comes to the culture of hip hop, how do you want to be remembered through your musical messages and just as a person that represented the culture in general?
Well, my first thought to answer that question, bro, is I want to be remembered as a person. And when I say that, I'm saying it because in the beginning of my career, or throughout most of my career, people were just like afraid. Like they thought we were straight animals, right? Because of, the young boy mentality, wherever we go, we're outside, what I'm saying? All that. We've been outside, right? So I just want to be remembered as a person. It's not so much to be the greatest artist, because people are going to have their individual thoughts about me as an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's only so many words in the English language. So how can I say something somebody else didn't say? Or how can somebody say something that this person didn't say?
Right.
So for me, it's more about just people understanding who I am. And that's the way that you'll get to appreciate my music. If you go back and do the history on M.O.P, like why we made music the way we made it from the beginning, is because that's what we were into. You know what I'm saying? That's what we came right out of and came right into the industry. There was nothing in between that. You know what I'm saying? Now,
it wasn't like some A&R that like said, do this or do that.
Right. So, and now as a grown man with a family, like, I want people to feel me more than just the music, and then you'll enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Gotcha. What's your favorite song on the project and why?
I like Cyrus Return.
Okay.
I like that one because I mean the beat and the hook is ridiculous. Shout out to Alonzo Fibonacci. This is one of the homies that we got a part of what we call the construction team because they reconstructed that thing and made it special, even more special. The first one was crazy, but they did their thing. It's the bass line, like it's the way it plays through it. It's like a movie. It feels like an actual movie. When you get a chance, like really soak into that joint.
I'm gonna soak into it. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna give that a listen too. Definitely.
Cyrus Returns, and we didn't want to call it the Return of Cyrus, right? We wanted to call it Cyrus Returns, and this is how more of the persona. It's what it's turning into. So I'm walking around. So I got like 9 videos, right? Like I'm just walking around in this black trench coat with this burgundy. It's the same black trench coat, the same burgundy sweater, the same black Timbs, the same pants.
Right.
Every video. And I'm just walking through hoods, right? It's like, Cyrus Returns. And if anybody knows, I'm sure you know who Cyrus is. Like
Warrior Cyrus?
Right.
Okay.
So and that's why and that record is like, think of me as the grand piano. I'm prestigious, the highest of the totem pole, leader of the leaders. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the line. That's the catch line. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still humble about it because I could literally walk around in that trench coat and just walk to something real big and jump into the speed off. You know what I'm saying? But it's more about me showing the groundedness. So yeah, the return of Cyrus Return is sort of, it's not my, I can't say it's not. Today it's my favorite right now because you asked the question.
No doubt. All right, that's what's up. So you and Lil Faye, man, you guys have been on so many labels, man, from Select to Relativity to basically Rockefeller, until you guys felt uncomfortable about that situation. Loud to G Unit. So I have to ask, man, where are you most comfortable? Are you most comfortable on a major, or are you more comfortable being independent?
Right now, because I've been doing everything independent, and I've always had freedom. Because with the exception of the first label, which was Select, shout out to Mr. Fred Mineo for giving us our break in the business. Everybody else after that signed M.O.P. because they were fans.
Right. Okay.
Right. So we always had the freedom because they wanted to hear us do it just like that.
Right.
But the independent route is a little is better for me, especially in this times when nobody's actually making any money with music anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could put up my own money, put my own records out, get 100% of everything I put out, and still have the freedom and don't have to worry about the calls. And because we such grounded dudes, like we only really want to hang out with people that we like. You know what I'm saying? So the whole industry rubbing elbows, and we don't really want to do that with people that we don't really like. And I know business is business, and sometimes I pull myself out of who I am to do business, but I'm really not comfortable with that. So I'm cool with the independent, bro. It's it works better for me.
Keep your circle tight.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't got no new friends, man. My newest friend is, I believe, like we've been friends for like 22 years. That's my newest friend.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that. I can respect that, definitely. So in this age of independence, coming up on almost 30 years in this game, man. Where are you guys at as far as owning your masters or getting your masters back from those early albums?
You know what? As long as I understand this from the block, right? You got to make money with somebody, right? As long as everything's fair, like these people, you got to understand, like these people gave us opportunity.
Right.
They put up a lot of money, so they made their money back, and we still have the splits that we have.
Okay,
that's cool. But moving forward, you get nothing.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That's
Move,
it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm not mad at you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because these people gave me the opportunity to change my life and build a life for my family
That's the
and
most
have a
important
future. You know
thing.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about the way the music industry was designed from the beginning.
Right.
I wasn't here. I fell into it. My deals were the way they were. I ate well. There's still being money generated from those records, and I still get my piece.
Right.
But moving forward, that's, you know, you guys aren't helping with what I'm doing moving forward. And let me really say this, like, I appreciate everybody who I did business with, the labels, for helping me get into these situations. Because come on, bro, like, you know, we are that part of society that people try to forget about. We're voted most likely to be dead in jail, you know, in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? So they helped me kind of navigate through the destiny that, you know, the hood has for most of us.
And
so
that's
I appreciate
priceless.
them. Yeah,
That's priceless. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you guys made Ante Up, man, did you know that it would cause so much ruckus in the clubs when it got played? and did you know that it would still be as strong of an anthem today as it was when it came out?
No, I mean, no one has any clue about the records that they create. So there was no clue about that. Plus, I was drowned in Hennessy, bro. I was just having a good time with the record. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so grateful and I really appreciate that the fans keep this record alive, and we're able to keep going. I mean, dude, I've been touring for years off that same record.
Oh man, I know. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But
Are you and Lil Fame planning anything for the 30th anniversary of To The Death?
Maybe. I'm not sure, right? So I've been having this request, yo, where's the M.O.P record? Where's the M.O.P record? I'm gonna be honest, bro. There's no, I'm gonna do my part as an artist. Fame is gonna do his part, right? But I can't, how many comments am I gonna see? Fire. I'm supporting it. I'm doing this, whatever. Y'all the best. Boom, boom, whatever.
Right.
But I need y'all to do y'all part. So I'm gonna say this, because I'm talking to my fans now, so it's no disrespect intended. But y'all know my catch line is all disrespect intended. But I'm saying this to my fans and my family, no disrespect intended.
Right.
Y'all don't deserve an M.O.P album. Because if you're gonna be 100, like be 100. Like let's go. I'm not gonna make, if I gotta make the album only for me to support it, then I'll make it and don't even put it out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you deserve, that's it in a nutshell. When the public or the fans, when we feel like they deserve an album, we're gonna give it to them. We've been making records. We got M.O.P records in the cut, ready to go. We got an album and a half actually, but we're not gonna put that album out.
Right.
We're not gonna put it out until the public
deserves really want it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that. Definitely.
Right.
Right. From 94 to now, man, how do you feel you've grown as an artist?
Oh, tremendously, bro. It's like, as an artist, so if you listen to the records that I have now in comparison to the records that I did 20 years ago, like you hear this, I don't want to say preachy kind of deal, but it's more of an educator, but from my angle, right? From my angle, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's very appropriate, and I'm going on the feeling of the records and the response from the records. Like I'm literally getting calls, texts, DMs, emails from peers, right? In the industry that I never got this from. Wow. Really like, yo, I love what you're doing right now. Like before, whether they liked it or not, it was the Times. They liked it in the Times, and they were forced to like it because it was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It was all in their ear. So now it's more like, I feel like people are appreciating more the way that I'm doing these records. And these are my solo records, which I still have to get okay from Fame and Lays and Tef and everybody. I have to get their blessings to put these records out. But everybody's loving what I'm doing in the direction. It may seem like a shift, but it still have that feel. So it's basically still point blank range, but from a different angle.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Tell the young artists, man, some of the sacrifices that you had to make or the things that you had to go without because you invested so much in your artistry early in their career. Because I think a lot of these young artists just feel like it's gonna happen overnight. You know, like they're gonna get put on and they're gonna be, you know, at the top of the charts and they're gonna be this major superstar. And even with independence the way it is today, it just doesn't work like that. So tell them some of the sacrifices that you had.
Well, one that I don't know if I regret it, but I could regret it at some times, right? Like when I walk in the crib or my son walks in and he got this full beard, full mustache. I'm like, damn, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? Or my daughter is married, right? I'm like, how the fuck that happened? You know what I'm saying? Really, you have to miss a lot. So you got to sacrifice. That's a huge sacrifice that we all go through as artists, a serious artist. I'm on tour 8 months at a time. You know what I'm saying? Come off tour, then I'm hitting the studio for 3 months, rest for 2 weeks, and then back on tour.
Back again, yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of miss your children growing up. That's what I kind of miss. But I mean, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm there all the time. But still, you kind of miss it. So there's some things that I miss. But that thinking that it's going to happen overnight is not it. So back to myself, I went out there and toured these dates because I had to in order to grow the brand, to keep growing the brand. These kids now, I think it's so different with them because it's not about the music. It's really not about the music, right? Even when they're streaming, they're so concerned with these streams. These streams, you got a million streams to get $4,500, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the odds of just anyone getting a million streams? So by the time you get a million streams, it'll be 9 years later, right? So you made $4,500 in 9 years. You know what I'm saying? I think what they need to do is you got to figure out another pocket in order to grow your brand, because everybody in the same lane, like, it's clogged up in that lane, bro. It's so clogged up in that lane. And it seems like the way that they get the attention now is by the violence or doing something crazy or whatever. And we had issues in our careers early on too. Like, everybody has it, but it just wasn't so crazy like it is now. But I think that's how they're using that for promo. Which I mean, is it really worth that? If somebody remove your entire face because you're trying to promo, you know what I'm saying? You trying to promo, you do something to make somebody want to remove your entire face. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, in our era, you didn't want that stuff to be seen. You know what I mean?
No,
no. Nowadays, they want you to see everything.
They're taping it. They're taping it, and these kids are actually like they dying. And it's sad, man.
Yeah, it is bad, bro. Absolutely. I know you probably get asked this question all the time. Everybody always asks this question, but I gotta ask you, if you had to choose, who would be your top 5 MCs from any era, from the beginning of time?
Oh man, the first 3, Scarface, G-Rap, Rakim, Run from Run DMC. Like, literally wanted to be the dude when I was a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? And Fame, and I say Fame because, like, and people go, well, that's not fair, but it is fair. I'll tell you why it's fair, because I'm 100% honest as a fan.
Right.
I got to make records with this dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that hits me the most when I'm going to do a record with Fame is like, I got to impress him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to impress him because he's so impressive. Yo, listen to me. The dude can't dance, right? It's just funny how I'm saying this, right? But look, he's never off beat.
Right.
Never, ever off beat. Any song you ever heard him do, whether a feature, M.O.P. record, his own records, he's never off beat.
Mm-hmm.
Always in the pocket. That's impressive, bro.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
So I'm always, and then he says like these witty lines, like he's a rapper, like he's a rapper. You know what I mean? He'll get on a joint and just put a lot of dudes to shame and have done it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
So that's definitely my starting five.
Starting five, because you can never just pick just five. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Exactly.
I get you. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Last question. Well, not the last question, but next to last question. What does hip hop mean to you, man?
Wow. You know, to me, it means something that belongs to us, right? It's this thing of ours. And I did a record about it. It's called This Thing of Ours. When you get a chance, just look it up. It's the only thing that's actually ours, that we created, that we know we created, right? And still dominate. Whether we control it or not, we got a little more control of it than we had before.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you could take all the major league ball teams and the tech companies, everything, even the mom and pop shops, everything you could take, right?
Mm-hmm.
And collectively, they haven't been able to secure more homes in our community than hip hop. We're talking about billion dollar tech companies. We're talking about $1 billion ball franchises.
Right.
They haven't been able to secure as many people in the community as hip hop has. You know what I mean? So it's this thing about us. When you get a chance, bro, you got to look the record up. It's called This Thing About Us. It's produced by my man, Freddie Dreamer.
I'm already on it. I got YouTube open and ready to go. I'm gonna be on it as soon as we finish talking.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I really love the record, man.
That's dope. Other ventures, man. What are you currently working on besides the re-listening? But what are you currently working on? Any kind of merch? Where can people get the merch at? Things of that nature. Tell everybody that stuff.
Well, merch, you just got to hit me direct, right? You hit me direct on my Instagram, Billy Danze, M.O.P. And I'll hand out the information like that. And I like to handle things myself so that my people understand that it's coming directly from me. And not somebody who linked you to somebody who's linked to somebody into who's linked to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Directly from me. Doing a lot of filming now, putting a lot of film projects together, documentaries and short films and stuff like that. And currently, like I just put the re-listening session out, but I'm currently working on 2 more projects at the same time. Just finished another project. So I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? And still doing putting M.O.P. records together. So when the fans do
when they earn it,
when they earn it, I got it for them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I was watching this old thing on YouTube from you guys. I don't even know if this is the real title. It was M.O.P. straight from the projects. And
I think that was the project, the title of it.
And Be Real was actually like the narrator in the beginning or whatever it was.
Yep.
That was so dope, man. I mean, it took me back, the way you guys was running up on the bootleggers and letting them know you're not selling our shit out here. You know what I mean? Like it was just good.
That was real disrespectful. You selling it in my neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
I live right up the block.
Yeah.
Right up the block, bro. Come on. Disrespectful.
That was crazy though, man. It was good to just watch that, man, and just doing the research I did, man. It was just good to like go back and listen to some stuff and look at some stuff, man.
Right.
I commend you guys on having illustrious careers, man. I'm looking forward to more from you, man. And I thank you for taking time out, man, to do this show with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I enjoyed the conversation. A lot of times you get to do these interviews and there's no real substance there. So anytime I get to get on an interview and there's some substance there, like I'm happy about it. And this actually helps me to keep going, right? Because you spark some things in me just with this short conversation that it'll make me write a record. It'll make me create a whole concept to do a whole project. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, man.
That's just how it works. I need that energy. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
my brother. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace.